Hey guys, this is Andrew for TrendLineses.com. So we are live again from Panama. We're gonna go today through the price action on AMC, on GME. We have some very big moves happening. We have a lot of volume. So let's see everything that can happen. We're gonna discuss targets. We're gonna discuss potential pullbacks. What levels can be bought? Can we still get in AMC or GME at good levels, or is it too late? We're gonna discuss all of that, so let's start right now with AMC. So I'm on a daily time frame, guys, and like I've said yesterday, we are still, to me, in a first impulse that is the beginning of something big. So we had the biggest volume yesterday, traded 226 million shares, the biggest volume since August 24th, guys. So this is starting to be really hot. We're gonna have a look, of course, at the short interest. Let's try to see if shorts are covering or not. So first, let's see what happened yesterday. We moved up by 45%. The pre-market is up today. AMC is about to open at 30.4, guys. So we are moving higher. The interesting thing I have here, if I go on the hourly time frame, guys, you can see that we had a massive volume at the open. All right, this is the open when we went through this 22 level. That was the last resistance we had, and then we arrived on the 26 level. I was live with you guys, we were analyzing that, and as you can see, we had a first rejection, and it took AMC 1, 2, 3, 4 hours to go through this level and look at the volume. Like I said, guys, so when we have some strong resistance levels, we always need, it means that there are a lot of sellers waiting there. And if we want to go through this, all these selling orders, we need a lot of volume. And here, it was like in the middle of the day, at the end of the day, we had this huge increase in volume. Let me zoom in even a little bit more, guys. Bam, bam, bam. We have this volume. Look, guys. Ba, 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 ba. The volume was just increasing and non-stop until the close. So buyers are really coming back, and they are strong. And it's the first time we can see this volume like that during the day. As you can see, usually we were starting with a huge volume, then decreasing, and then of course you have a little increase of the volume at the close. But here, guys, we had not a little increase of the volume at the close, we had a massive increase of volume at the close, which means, once again, that there are a lot of players that were not in the AMC trade anymore, that were waiting for some signals to get in, that start to buy. So let's see what we can do today. But first, we went through this 26 resistance level. So right now, 26 is a support. If today the price action comes back to 26, I don't think it can happen, but if it comes back to 26, 26 is a good level to buy. I will personally be buying some shares at this level. What else can I tell you? Pam, 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 2 minutes to open. Yeah, so I don't see any reason. The next resistance level, this is what we're interested in. The next resistance level is right now 32, 33. It's not easy, once again, to be very precise. Yesterday, guys, I gave you 26. It was not very useful because we are not targeting to sell some shares, but I'm going to try, of course, to do the same with support level. Whenever the price action will start to weaken, I'm going to be monitoring with you guys during the day if this price action is weakening, but I can already tell you that for now it is not the case at all. So the next resistance level, like I said, is 32, 33. Why 32, 33? 32, I get this level just as usual by placing my trend lines where I had the previous reactions, previous highs, previous lows, previous consolidations, and I pay attention a lot to the volume traded. Whenever I have a lot of volume that was exchanged at a level, I consider this level like a fair level where there are a lot of buyers and sellers that traded there a long time ago and that consider, oh, I sold here or I bought here 6 months ago, it's a good level to sell, or I sold here a few months ago, it's a good level to buy back. This kind of reasoning apply whenever you have a lot of volume that has been traded at a level. This is the reason why I pay attention to the volume, and like I said, previous highs, previous lows. So here, as you can see, it's just the recent high. Okay, I once again, I don't use the closing level, I use the highs, because I consider that this is where the rejection occurred, and 32 is a level that was traded on deck 21st. Okay, then I also have the 200-day moving average that, as you guys know, is a very important indicator that is followed by a lot of asset managers and hedge funds, and you know, all these guys that you know, do some technical analysis to enter the trades. They don't usually take the view based on technical analysis. They're gonna take the view based on the flows, like volume. So volume is technical analysis, but you know, it's a little bit different style of technical analysis, but they keep an eye on this 200-day moving average. And I know that because I have some friends that work for some asset managers, and they're telling me that yes, of course, they pay attention to this level. All right, so this is the reason why this is my next resistance. And we are right now in the middle of 26, which is support, and 32, 33. So let's see what we can do today. I think that 32, 33 will be hit. So it's a 9% move up, so not that big. The question is, can we go beyond that level today? And the answer is, of course, yes, everything is possible. We are in a situation that we've never been for quite some time. I don't even know if we have ever been in this situation. I think this is what is happening right now is kind of unique. Okay, you see AMC is just moving strongly higher, guys. Bam, I don't see the bam. GME little bit lower, AMC up. So you see the spread. We're gonna have a look at the premium that GME was trading at 2 days ago, I mean on Friday, and today I can already tell you guys that this premium, it has vanished. I can see it right away. AMC up 5%, GME down 2 or 3%. So it's okay. Now they are both at levels where at fair levels, one compared to the other. So AMC going almost to the level. So let's see what's going to happen here. Once again, if we go there at the open, you guys know that we have a lot of volume, and we need a lot of volume to go through this level. So let's see if we're able to do it. If we are able to do it, the next resistance would be around 44, 45. Okay, we have a little one at 36. Let me place it. So just we mark the level, but it's a weak one. I'm gonna put it with a light trend line. Okay. Okay. 34. I'm placing it, guys. Give me a sec. Trying to place it as good as I can. So this is 35. Okay, I don't see very clearly between 22, 23 and 44. What I know is that the next big one is 44. Okay, so maybe we can go to this level this week, maybe even today, guys. Let's see if we have the same kind of performance as we did yesterday. We are already trading at 32, guys. GME moving higher as well. So I'm gonna do a full analysis on GME very soon. So the question we're having is there going to be any pullback in this move up? So I was saying yesterday that we're waiting for a second wave pullback. We still do, but let me just say something more today, is that this massive move that we had, 44%, when I finished my live, I think we were up 30%. So, and the volume increased a lot. So this is changing a little bit things. I think the pullbacks will be very quick, very shallow, and both very quickly. So I don't know if we're gonna have the same kind of pullback we did here. For example, this was a 4 days pullback, but the difference between here and what we're having right now is that we didn't move with such a volume and did a move of 45% move up. So right now, let's see what's gonna happen. it's very possible that we just keep going higher. Shorts are under pressure. We just reached the 33 level. Let's see what's gonna happen here, guys. I'm live with you right now. I'm gonna go in the 15 minutes time frame. Where is my volume? Okay, so guys, we're going through it. Okay, the volume is here, so let's analyze right away this volume. As you can see, the volume is already bigger than the volume we had yesterday at the open, and we are only trading for 5 minutes, guys. So AMC is already up 15%. Guys, this is happening. We're going through this level. Okay, so let's see. It seems to me right now, look guys, there is no fight here. It's only one way. I don't see even bears trying to, you know, do something. Bulls are extremely strong, in full control. We're gonna come back to that in 1 minute. Let me go on GME, guys, because some of you were asking me to make the usual updates, AMC GME. So today maybe I'm gonna do a little bit shorter live, and I'm gonna do the usual, you know, 15 minutes updates where I try to give you the maximum of information. Maybe I will also do tomorrow full updates instead of a live. I don't know. So let me know, guys, if you have something that you prefer. But I kind of feel that those videos are, you know, easier for some viewers to get the information instead of going through the live. So let's see. But for now, today I'm live, guys, with you. So GME, let's do some technical analysis. Bam, bam, bam. Daily time frame. So I'm here using a regular scale. All right. So we went through this 160 level, guys, in a very, you know, strong way, once again, with volume, without any, you know, pullbacks, anything. It's just pure strength. So we even went through the 180 level. That was not as strong as the 160, but you can see that the resistances, even if they, you know, should give a little bit of rejection, they are just breaking right away. So this is a very, very good sign of strength. It means that buyers are just, you know, they don't give any chance to sellers. And we went through the 180 level, which is now support. Okay, I can see AMC for now rejected a little bit, so we're gonna have a look at that. 180 is support on GME. Once again, the volume is very, very strong, guys, so I think we're gonna move. We can go to 250 today. It's possible. It's possible. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that the 180 level is right now support. We can try once again to use moving averages to find some other support levels, but they're a bit far for now. The move is already a bit extended, which just doesn't mean that it won't extend more. It just means that moving averages, the usual moving averages that can give some support, are quite far. So I don't know if we're gonna dip today, but I can see we're dipping a little bit. But if we dip, we can then use those moving averages to find some support levels. So let me do the usual analysis on GME for those who want to see that one. So we broke out above 160 with volume. We closed even above 180. 180 is now support. We are developing in 5 waves up, so we are still in this 5th wave of, I think, only the first move up. So this is the question I'm having, and I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I have absolutely no guarantee, no clue. I mean, I have some hints about how this move up can happen, but things can be different from one time to the other time, because I'm just trying to analyze what happened in the past. But you know, the situation each time is different because we have different players, they have different information. Sellers are prepared, but I don't know how they are prepared. Buyers are prepared as well, and I don't know exactly what is happening, who is doing what. But I can see that you know, some big money players know exactly what they do, and you know, they have control of what is happening. This is very obvious, and for now, bulls are in full control. So What I mean is that we can very well, you know, I'm trying to give you a scenario where we're gonna move up, then pull back and go up again. I'm wondering if, you know, given once again the very strong moves that we see and the total, you know, the fact that the bears are really not trying to do anything, I'm wondering if this pullbacks won't happen at higher levels. We of course gonna have them, because you're gonna have some profit taking, because once again the bulls that are buying today, that bought GME at 120, bought at 130, 160, where we had a lot of volume, those guys, they're, you know, probably big money players, they're gonna be taking profits at some point, and whenever they're gonna be taking profits, we're gonna see this pullback. But the question is, where is it gonna happen? And once again, we can look at the past. Even for example here, you know, in every move we have those pullbacks, but sometimes they happen much higher than where the initial volume started. So to me, I have two scenarios. So my first scenario is that the fifth wave is almost complete, but I don't really believe in that, because once again yesterday's move was so strong that I think we need a little bit more than that. We're gonna monitor on a shorter time frame once again what is the volume doing and what is the momentum doing. This is gonna give us information. The second scenario is that we go right away to 250, and then if we do that, I think that we would need at some point to see a pullback. So it is too early to really discuss the levels where we could pull back. But usually we pull back to the 38.2%. If in those strong moves up, we pull back to the 38.2%. So if we go to 250, it would be 185. If we go lower, I can already give you the levels. If we go only to 200, where we went briefly this morning, 199, the 38.2 is 155. So then once we have those areas, we need to use the usual support levels that we have, so moving averages, trend lines, and try to know where bulls are located. Okay, so we're gonna do that together whenever we see some pullbacks. For now, we moved higher, now a little bit lower. Let's see. We're gonna monitor the volume. I'm gonna go on shorter time frame very soon, guys. AMC halted, really? I see a comment. Yeah, true, guys. What is happening? So let me try to find some news. Let me know, guys, if you know exactly what happens. Okay, I'm trying to find news with you live. Okay, indeed, 9:38. So 3 minutes ago, AMC Entertainment trading halted, volatility trading pause. You know, they're starting. So this story was produced by The Fly, blah blah blah. To learn more, okay, let's try to find more information about that. Okay, I don't see for now more information. I'm surprised because we dipped just before it was halted. That's weird. I would like rather expect we move strongly higher, and it's halted to protect the shorts. But here, I mean, if it drops a little bit more, it's pretty good because we can buy some shares, right? So, and it's good for shorts as well. They can buy back lower. I don't know what they halt right now. Halted because it dropped from 34 to 21 in 1 minute. I don't know. It's a volatility issue apparently. The question I'm having is, why did they do that? Okay, it's opening again. I don't know if it's live prices. Let me see if I can try to do something here. Okay, it seems working. Let me place those 100 shares at 26.09. Okay. Okay guys, but it seems that it's back. I think my order was placed. I hope so. My trade station crashed actually, but I see the price moving. You guys telling me that it's coming back, so it seems things are back to normal. It was a very short halt, but we can see that things start to be hot. Let's have a look guys at the option market. Let me just reconnect to my trade station. Okay. Okay, my shares are placed. That's good. Cool. Bam. Okay. So many things I want to show you guys. We can quickly have a look at the global market as well. As you have probably heard, we have finally some good news coming from the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The good news is not really news, it's just that Vladimir Putin accepted to meet in person. I mean, not really accepted, but he's open to maybe meet in person Volodymyr Zelensky, which is the first time we hear that from the Russian government. So of course this is good news. The reason behind is that, you know, he cannot really do what he wanted to do in Ukraine. It will be very hard for him to change the current government and to put some of his friends, you know, to control the country, as the Ukraine resistance is extremely strong. So he agrees to maybe accept a deal from Ukraine, and this is of course very positive regarding the war that might maybe end if things go well. But for now, this is not happening, but markets enjoyed this information, and we are arrived, and this is when technical analysis is useful, guys, because we have a news, we have a gap up, and we can see that we arrived exactly. Sorry guys, I have some things. What is that? Okay. And we can see that we arrived right on a resistance, 370. So I was discussing this scenario with you yesterday. I said that my preferred scenario on QQQ is that we go there. I was saying on low volatility, it is not on low volatility. We went there with yesterday plus 1.5 and today a gap up of plus 1.3. So these are not extremely strong moves, but it's not exactly the scenario I was imagining. I was rather thinking of something where we just grind up slowly. Here we went a little bit quick to me. So whenever anything is quick, usually it's not stable, all right? I prefer to see plus 0.5, plus 1, plus 0.7, minus 0.5, you know, this kind of move that is healthy, that is usually the kind of moves we see whenever we have a bull market, rather than seeing, you know, those strong moves. So let's see, if we have volume and are able to close above this 370 level today, this would be very good news regarding the sentiment on the global market. So let's see if we're able to do that. For now, we just arrived on this resistance. I personally sold a little bit of QQQ here. I sold a call spread. So basically, if nothing happens, I make money. And if we go higher, I will lose, but a little bit. And if we drop, I win a little bit. It's a small position. I just want to lock in some profits I have on shares that I have bought on the global market. Not AMC and GME, I'm talking here. So let's see if we have a dip. I will buy back personally at 350. Okay, so this is a different story for GME and AMC, because anything pretty much can happen here, and AMC and GME can move strongly higher even if we have a dip here. But on QQQ, I had some questions about that yesterday. once again, my view is that we consolidate here and at some point we take a direction, okay? So I think that we're gonna move sideways for the coming 1 or even 2 months between 350 and 370. So it's a tight range. So that's why I expect the volatility to drop. Let's have a look today at the VIX, guys. And once again, this is important. If we enter a bear market, of course, it's not going to be easy for stocks like AMC and GME to squeeze. So it's important for QQQ just that we stay above 350. I don't know what's going to happen this week. I don't know what's going to happen next week. But I know that if we go below 350, fear is going to come back. So we don't want the fear to come back. We want everybody that can buy shares to feel good, to feel in a safe environment to trade. All right, this is what we need. So we don't need a strong, massive rally. It's not useful as well. Maybe it's a little bit better, but a sideways market is perfect so that AMC and GME can do that thing. Okay. All right. So what else I wanted to show you guys? So QQQ, I give you my view. Yes, I want you to check the VIX. Once again, the VIX. So what do you expect? I expect the VIX today to be lower. Why? Because the fear should slowly go whenever we have good news about a potential end of the conflict. So let's see. Yesterday the VIX was trading at 20.5. I expect the VIX to be at 19.5 today. 19.3. Okay, so guys, I told you about that event before. I told you that probably we're gonna have QQQ at 370 and SPY. Let's quickly check SPY, guys, and then I'm gonna get back to AMC and GME. I'm keeping an eye on it. Don't worry, guys. It's right now at 29,180. So AMC flat, GME losing 5%. We're gonna come back to it. We're gonna discuss targets today. It's still early, but let's discuss targets, guys. We're gonna adjust those targets if needed, but we can already have some information. We can try to project the move that happened before to get some potential levels where buyers would take profits. I'm talking here about buyers like asset managers and those guys, because they will take profit at some point. Okay, so SPY, guys, very strong. SPY, bam, bam, bam. What is... Okay, so you see I'm having mixed signals because SPY is trading above 457. So I can adjust a little bit my level, but let's be honest, it's 457. So this is rather good news. You can see it's happening for now on very low volume, but it's pretty normal because the day has just started. So let's see if we can have this breakout with volume. Once again, a breakout without volume is not a very reliable breakout. So we're gonna monitor that as well. But this is rather good news. Then my level of resistance on SPY was rather, I mean, it was an area clearly starting at 447. But the breakout level is at 460. So let's see, maybe we have a little bit of excess and maybe we're just breaking out above this level. Once again, for a breakout to be good quality, we need to have volume. This is the reason why we are checking the volume. We are always checking the volume. Okay, so so guys, a lot of comments today. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button, guys. We're gonna stay together today, watching the price action of AMC and GME, trying to find, guys, where we have potential support levels, resistance levels. So as you can see, the 32, 33 level, guys, it was very messy what happened there. There was a halt that happened at 8 minutes after the open, if I am correct. Let's check on the 1 minute time frame exactly what we had. Okay, the halt was here. We can clearly see the volume. So we had the rejection before the halt, okay, and the halt happened here. I don't know exactly how this processes, you know, happen. I know that I was trading once again the indices when I was in banking, and I know that, you know, they have some rules. For example, on the S&P 500, I think there is a halt whenever the S&P futures move more than 7%, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Each index has its own rule, but I was not. So I think that on AMC, I don't know. We can try to find this information, but here definitely there was not any strong move. So it's a volatility reason. But come on, what was that move? Okay, we dropped by 7% in 1 minute. And this created the halt. So I don't know, maybe there is a rule like you cannot move more than 5% in 1 minute. This is what you guys were telling me. So halted because it dropped from 34 to 29 in 1 minute. 24 to 29. It took 3 minutes, bro, from 34 to 29, but it dropped from 31 to 20. Sorry, from 31 to 29 in 1 minute. This is the biggest 1 minute move I'm seeing. I cannot go on a shorter time frame because maybe this 1 minute candle is not, not really starting here and finishing here. So we would need to go to the 30-second time frame. I don't have that time frame here, but for the first time, maybe it would have been useful. I think it was 10% in X minute. Okay, interesting, but I don't understand. This never happened before. I mean, this, since we started to move that strongly higher. Okay, fair enough. It was the biggest one. Okay. And then, okay, interesting. But we can see that the volume dropped, okay? But it's still quite substantial. Let's compare to yesterday's volume. Guys, I like to see the volume bigger and bigger. Like we said, let's go back on the daily time frame. We still have some room, guys. We can check, we know what AMC is capable of because this kind of moves happened in the past, and AMC is capable of trading 700 million shares in 1 day. So basically 3 times more than that, okay? So it's pretty interesting. Okay. Okay, guys, so pam, what else can we check? VIX, AMC, yeah, so let's discuss targets. We're gonna check the short interest. Let's check the short interest right now, or you prefer to discuss targets? The short interest, I mean, it's always interesting to have a look at it, but the updates occur after some time, so we can always analyze the difference between today and yesterday. But it's a slow process. So let's discuss targets. I think it's more exciting. So pam. Okay, we don't have that many tools we can use to find targets. So we're gonna use what we have. We have Fib projections. We have trend lines. We have, that's pretty much it, guys. We have trend lines and Fib projections. But we can apply Fib projections on different time frames. So first, let's do the basic Fib projection target. You guys know what I'm talking about, all right? I'm gonna even go in the weekly time frame. We're gonna do that. We're gonna project last move up to last week, okay? So it's pretty easy to do. You guys can do the same if you want. Once again, I've been doing that for a long time. It gives you area, okay? There is nothing very precise in this, but whenever you don't have any other tool, what happens is that other people do the same thing as you. And as this is, I think, the most common method to find targets using those projections, it happens actually quite often that the levels, the ratios, the common ratios are actually acting as resistance, which doesn't mean that we cannot go above. It just means that, it helps you to know where the sellers, in this case, profit takers, or maybe even shorts that want to add, would be located. So it gives you areas where potentially you're gonna have some rejections. So let's do that right now. Okay, I just want to see the chart clearly, so I will remove the drawings just to do the exercise so that you guys can see well what I'm doing. So we find the last, we want to project the last move up. So we're gonna measure the last move up. So first, we can check if those targets were working well in the past. Okay. So here, I'm just measuring the first move up. I'm applying to the bottom of this second wave, and I'm checking the very high, the highest level we had in June 21 was going to the 3.618 Fib projection. And as you can see, we had some reaction clearly at 35. I don't know if you guys remember, but I was there at that time, and I was saying that AMC will go to 35 when we were trading around 5. And to know that, I was exactly using what I've just done here. I measured the first move up that I had already. I applied to the bottom of the second move down, and I used the 1.618. And as you can see, we went there. We had a rejection, and then we moved to the 3.618. Okay, so the first information I get by doing that is that Fib projections ratios give you some levels where you have resistance. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing, guys, but applied to the entire move up. Why am I doing that? Because as you can see, the situation is totally different between this move up and this pullback and this second move up that was following this first move up. So this is the reason why you measure the first, you apply it to the bottom of the second. But here, as you can see, guys, the move up we need to measure is the entire move up, because the correction is the correction of this entire move up, not only the second one or the first one. So we do that and we apply it to the bottom of the second wave. Okay, I was saying that I would wait for positive information on the market, on the price action, to start discuss target again. And I do that, guys, and I will just give you the levels I'm seeing, and we can discuss what levels might be reached. So the most common one is the 1.618. So let me put something here. The 1.618 is, but I'm gonna need, okay. Okay, so I'm giving you the levels here, then I go back to my previous charting with all my trend lines because I need them. So 1.618, guys, goes to 127. 1 second. Okay, 127, which is very close to the targets I used to have back in back in June when I was saying 135. So this area is still to me a major resistance area. Once again, doesn't mean we can go above that, but as you guys can see, this market is manipulated, so let's see what can happen. But if we have a proper short squeeze, 130 will be reached. It's almost short. Now the next one is 198, which is the 2.618, and the 3.618 is 270. Why am I talking about the 3.618? Because I've just measured the first wave here, and I saw that the second one went first to the 1.618, pulled back, and to the 3.618. So I think it's interesting to just talk about those levels, because this is what happened in the past. So the past likes to reproduce itself. So here the levels would be 130 if we have a small squeeze, and if we have a strong squeeze, 270. Can it go above? Of course it can, but it's not what I call a reasonable target. Here the targets I'm giving you guys between 130 and 270 are reasonable targets, but let's be honest, the 270 level, as you guys can see, if it trades, it's going to trade for only a few minutes. Okay, it's not going to be a level that is going to hold. It's not going to be a level where you're going to have a normal trading environment with buyers and sellers. You're only going to have probably shorts that I tried to buy, and I'm not even sure the retail investors or other market participants would be allowed to place orders. So I think it's going to be very wild and very unpredictable, but those areas are, to me, making sense. Okay, guys, so hola, pam. So I'm sorry, we have some cleaning happening today. I hope the noise is not too strong for you guys. I'm gonna keep doing the updates. Bam. So let me go back to my charting. I'm gonna do the same thing for GME. Oh, right. So as we can see for now, we got, let me quickly update you guys on what is happening right now with AMC. So we have this negative beta at play again, which is not bad to me. We have, we reached the 32 level. So okay, right now we can use fibs, guys, because we have the 30, we have maybe what is the top of the first wave. Okay, yesterday I was saying that maybe it's 26. We went through 26. I adjusted my level right now. In my yesterday's AMC recap, I was saying that 32, 33 might be the top of the first wave. I don't know, it makes sense to me for different reasons. You guys saw what I've just done, right? With the targets that I gave you for the long term, I can do the same for the short term. And I've done that, of course, before. And sorry. And this is the reason why I think that 32, 33 is a level that makes sense, because if you measure 1 plus 3, you apply to the bottom of the fourth wave, the 1.618 is at 33.8, okay? So, and you also had the 200-day moving average, and you had different other, and you had, yeah, the natural resistance level. So, maybe the first wave is complete, maybe not, okay? But for now, we are seeing a red candle. It would be the first red candle if we close it here. What can very well happen is that we bounce from 26 and that we go again to 33 today. So I measured this, okay? And as you can see, the 38.2 retracement ratio is at 26.1. It is also where I had my resistance yesterday, that is today's support. So this is the reason why I placed an order here. If it gets lower, it's good news, I can buy more. But I think that this first support level is a level where buyers are located, okay? I don't know if you guys are buying today or not financial advice, and I'm not telling you what to do, of course, but I think that those who buy today consider 26 as a good level. So let's see, this is the case for me. Once again, let's then go on a shorter time frame and try to see what is happening with volume and momentum. First, I want to have a look at GME. So, GME, guys, so same thing, we opened higher, we're getting rejected. So we can already start to, so I don't know if this first wave can go to 250. I think it's a very possible scenario. For now, we're having, for the first time, a rejection, okay? It's the first time we see this kind of candle since this move up has started. So is it a second wave starting? Maybe. But it's too early to say, because once again, as you can see, guys, I'm right now using a daily time frame, and whenever you use a daily time frame, you need the day to be finished to make an analysis on the candle you see. So maybe this candle is gonna be green at the end of the day, maybe it's gonna be red, depending on what we have. We're gonna make some assumption. So AMC is going to 26 right now. Okay, so I'm probably gonna get executed soon, which is good news. Bam. Okay, then I want to go on a shorter time frame, guys, to make with you some analysis. I like to see this negative beta first. I just said the negative beta is good news for me, because here I think that QQQ will drop. So, so if QQQ drops, maybe it's going to be good for AMC and GME. Let's see. Yesterday it was a bit like that. The negative beta is not happening all day, but we can see it happening during the day. Once again, this reminds me the good days, this negative beta, so I'm happy to see it at play. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go on a shorter time frame. Maybe we can discuss targets on GME first, okay? So let's do that together, guys, and give me some likes, guys. I can see you are more than yesterday, so I think you enjoy what is happening, but it's pretty obvious, because given the strong moves we're having, I think everybody is happy. So, bam, 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 GME targets. You guys know the target. The target is not very different from what it was last year, guys. Okay, but let's check that again. Let's check that again. Okay. So, bam. I'm gonna use a log scale just to have a better view of what is happening. Okay. So it's pretty obvious what we need to do, guys. We have this massive move up here, and here this massive pullback. But this price action is not very, I mean, unusual to me. We corrected quite deep when I measured this whole move up. We corrected below the 78.6% fib ratio. So of course, this is a deep correction that happened. We know that because, you know, we were in there. It was a long time. I think that those days are gone, hopefully. So bam, I measure the first move and I apply it to the bottom of, you know, what I'm having here. And guys, you know what we are looking at. We know what we are targeting here, and the target is unchanged, guys. Okay, so we can of course discuss about the kind of normal levels, but here the normal levels are not working. The 0.618 is a usual projection ratio that we can use, but it's below the high. Okay, so 380, so it's not even feasible. Then the very I would say conservative target is 570. Okay, but we all know what's going to happen if we go to this level 570. This is going to be a bloodbath for shorts. So of course we will probably go higher. The reason why it's going to be a bloodbath for them is that the recent high is 460, and I'm very sure that there are a lot of shorts that have this kind of rules that, you know, they give to the manager or whoever they want that is controlling what they do. They probably said, if we make a new high, I will reduce a little bit my position, something like that, you know, just to give some security, I would say, to the firm they're working for. So I'm very convinced that above 460, if we can go there, once again, I'm giving you targets, guys, but you know that trading is just, I mean, technical analysis is just trying to use some probabilities associated with some scenarios. So of course there is nothing sure, but it's just something that we've seen in the past and that can happen again. So bam bam bam, and the usual target, the 1.618, guys. I don't know if you see well, it has moved a little bit. Okay, it was 800 last year, this year is 870. Okay, so we use a little bit a different method. We have a different, I mean, we use the same method, but we have some updates in the price action. Now the price action went to the 878 level. So 870 is my squeeze target, and on AMC it is 130. Okay, so I'm gonna add that in my spreadsheet that I monitor, because as you guys know, I'm monitoring the spread that is trading between AMC and GME. And bam, I'm checking the spread. As you guys know, GME was trading with a 20% premium last week. The reason behind was, I think, the massive option expiry we had on March 25th. After this expiry happened, we saw that the spread has tightened, and yesterday AMC catched up on GME. Today, bam, -1. Okay, so the spread is gone. All right, guys. So right now we are having GME and AMC trading at fair levels. Okay, so that's the first thing. And now, as you can see, those levels just come from the stable I'm having here. So I think you don't see anything, so I will just be quick, but I will add the targets: 860, 127. Okay, and it makes sense. I have a ratio that is always around between 5.5 and 6.8. Okay, so whenever I know AMC price, I know what is the fair GME price, because once again, I think that with everything that happened last year, given the rationale behind those two stocks, those ratios will be respected. So whenever we see that one of them is lagging, this is the one to buy. Okay, and for now, no one is lagging. They are trading at fair levels. We're gonna monitor that, but you can do it yourself. You just use a 6 ratio basically. Okay, so AMC should be 6 times more expensive than GME. Okay, so I see you have a lot of questions, guys. I will try to answer all of them, but first, bam bam bam, let's go quickly on a shorter time frame and let's see what happened here, guys. It's important to know if there was volume or not in those moves. It's important to see as well what is happening with the momentum. Okay, so let's go step by step. We were on the daily time frame, let's go on the hourly time frame. Okay, so on the hourly time frame, what do we see? We see a MACD that is making a new high. Okay, so on the hourly time frame, we have the price action making new highs, the MACD making new highs, the RSI overbought, quickly coming back to the 50 area and making new highs as well. So we don't have any thing that is bearish here. In terms of volume, we have the volume steady and massive. Okay, so nothing bearish here as well. So whenever you use the 1 hour time frame, the reasoning we can make apply for the next I would say 3 days roughly. Okay, so nothing very bearish on the next 3 days, which means that maybe we're gonna have a little pullback, but we're gonna stay bullish just looking at this information. Then I zoom in. Okay, and so now the information I'm gonna give is gonna apply, let's say, on the next 24 hours, 36 hours. I'm on a 30 minutes time frame. Okay, so here, from here to here, the momentum is still increasing, the RSI stable, the volumes growing, but we have, for the first time, guys, a massive red bar that traded. Okay, it's the first time it happened. So what is this telling us? By the way, was I executed? Oh, okay, I wasn't done here. Okay, yeah, so what is this telling us? It's just telling us that some bulls lost money here. So then we can check if the move was big or not. It's quite big. Okay, so this is the first setback of the bulls. All right, they got rejected here quite brutally. You know, it's like they took a slap in the face, I would say, a little bit. But the bullish momentum is very strong, so they're probably gonna get back at it. This is what I said at the beginning when we got rejected here. I said we're gonna come back to 26 and come back. We didn't reach 26, which is a shame because I had some shares here. But I mean, I'm still happy to see AMC going higher. So for now, I think that we are entering a volatile day. I would say that bulls for now lost control on the very short term, all right, because of this big red bar that I'm seeing, but they still have the momentum with them on the higher time frame. But if I zoom in a little bit more, what do I see? Okay, so now we see here some bearish signals, but on the 15 minutes time frame. So it's not gonna be, so what I'm gonna say is now applying for the next 8 hours. So let's say one trading day, we can see the market making higher highs. Okay, so I'm removing that. So we can see first that the analysis I've just done on the next 3 days is bullish, all right? At least not bearish. Okay, now I'm making the same analysis that's going to apply only for the next day. So bam, we can see market making higher highs. Okay, but so volume making higher highs here with the green day, and then of course this big red bar, which is not good. We have increasing volume, but with a strong rejection that happened at the end. So we don't like to see this rejection that is forming kind of a shooting star. It's not a bullish pattern. It's not bearish as well. I mean, it's supposed to be bearish if it happens really at the end of the uptrend, and if the candle should be a little bit higher. So, I mean, it's a little bit a bearish pattern on the 15 minutes time frame once again. So what I'm saying is applying only for the next day, and we can see the RSI making lower lows. Okay, and the MACD it's unclear. The MACD was making higher highs. Okay, sorry, so lower highs. I said lower lows. It's lower highs for the RSI, and now it's a bit, shifting. So we can see we have a shift of momentum that just happened today on the 15 minutes time frame. We reached the 32-33 level, which was a level of resistance for the reasons we've seen before. So we can here assume that bulls for now lost control on the very short term. And I mean, we can see we are dropping 5% today, so it's a very small pullback compared to the massive move we did yesterday. But we can see that today, for now, okay, bulls started strong, they got rejected, and the question is, where are they located? So we've seen already that 26 is our first support. Let's try to see, because it's interesting, can we go lower than that? So of course we can, but I mean, is there any I would say logical scenario where we go lower than that? I don't think so. I don't think that 26 can really break right now. Okay, the next ratios are 23 and 21. So I mean, the very I mean, bearish scenario is that 26 is not holding, and that we need to find support a little bit lower, that we have a second wave pullback that is a bit stronger, and that we come back to 21. I'm just giving you this scenario, guys, because this would still be bullish. All right, given the very strong impulse we had, it's almost impossible that bears just take back control. This is not a scenario that makes sense. Maybe they will take back control eventually, I don't think so, but there's still going to be a really big fight happening at lower supports, because as you guys feel, bulls are just very excited and very strong. So even if we drop, these levels would be very strong levels for a bounce. So let's see. For now, my preferred scenario is that we just go to 26. So as you can see, this first wave might be complete. We don't need to have, like I said at the beginning of the video, a pullback that is lasting more than 1 or 2 days. It can be a very quick and shallow pullback. Here we pulled back to the 38.2%, which is considered as a valid pullback. So maybe this is our second wave. Maybe the second wave is complete, but I doubt the second wave would last only 1 hour. Okay, when did we open? 1 hour, 15 minutes ago. The second wave needs to last at least, guys, a good rule of thumb is to consider that corrective waves last around 1/3 of the motive wave. So here the motive wave started 14th of March, all right, and today is the 30th, all right. So 2 weeks, 2 weeks, all right. So divided by 3, so it's like 3 trading days. So maybe 2, but I doubt we get only 1 corrective candle. We need to have at least 2, given the move up we had here. So it means that if the first wave is complete, maybe it's not complete. Maybe today we're gonna close at 45. All right, that's very possible. Then we're just gonna adjust our fib ratios, and we're gonna then have 32 as the 38.2 fib ratio, and this would be then the level where we're probably going to have 2 or 3 candles. Okay, maybe 4 if the first move up lasts a little bit longer. For now we are like that. Okay, so we can keep this because this is for now what is making the most sense. So I don't know, it's looking like maybe we're going to consolidate between 26 and 33 for the next 2 days, and then we're going to need to see once again what is happening on shorter time frames. For now, on shorter time frames, like you have seen, we have some little bearish signals appearing for the next day, maybe 2 days. So this would make sense with our second wave pullback that is right now maybe taking place. I would like the second wave to last a little bit longer because we need the volatility to drop. The volatility was trading at 150 yesterday. All right, I'm checking the April 25 strike. So let's see today. Okay. Oh, triple Q. Woohoo! 220%. Okay, so the volatility is crazy high. So, which makes sense because the realized volatility is at 120. So you can see this is very overpriced, definitely. So we need at least 1 or 2, ideally 3 days of calm, which means that AMC is not moving up or down more than 10%, which is considered as a quiet day now, for this volatility to come back. And once it's coming back, the call options are going to be much, much cheaper. Okay guys, so I'm going to do the same thing with GME. We're going to analyze what is happening on the shorter time frame. Just give me a sec. Okay, then I'm gonna check the other stocks you guys are asking me, but I will have a look at the chat later guys, but I'm very happy to see all of your messages. Hey Scott, what's up bro? Casey, brother, happy to see you again. Okay guys, so bam, let's go on GME shorter time frame. Let's analyze a little bit what is happening here guys. So I'm here on the weekly time frame guys, because this is what I use to give you targets. So now I'm going back to the daily and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So here what do we have? We have the first move. We don't know if it's complete or not. Like I said, maybe the first wave is going to go to 250. If this is the case, AMC should be trading at 250 divided by 6, so 41.5, 42. So it's in line with the 44 target we have here. So I think that if GME starts to go to 250, AMC should go to 44. We've seen that on AMC we had some little bearish signs starting on the 15 minutes time frame. So I'm going to do the same thing on GME. So for now on the daily time frame guys, the MACD is not even starting to decrease. It's still almost accelerating on the upside given the strong move we had yesterday. So we have increasing momentum. Volume, okay, this I don't like to see that. It's not bearish, but it's just not very bullish, okay? Whenever you see a strong move that happened with increasing volume and then you don't pull back, and you have another strong move that happens with lower volume, which is not the case on AMC guys. On AMC the volume was bigger the next day, so this is very bullish. On GME the volume was lower. So what does it tell us? It tells us that, you know, you just have less buyers. Okay, so we prefer to see this volume just growing. Okay, we don't like to see the volume starting to decrease, especially we know that we have a lot of room. Guys, look at that. 25 million shares exchanged on the biggest trading day. In Jan, we had 10 times more than that. So we have a lot of room for other players to join the party. So first thing, so here I'm having a little sign of weakness that happened yesterday. And today we are for now correcting a little bit. Nothing very big, but okay. Now I'm zooming in, 4 hours time frame. So RSI going up, MACD going up, volume big and stable. Okay, on the first time frame, I don't see this decrease in volume. All right, so the first time frame is bullish. Support at 180 in terms of moving average. We have, okay, let's try to see. We don't have anything very strong on the first time frame in terms of moving average. 180 support. Okay, sorry. 160, sorry, 180 was support this morning. It has been broken on quite decent volume. The next support is 160. Has it been touched? 163 was touched. We didn't touch 160. We can expect maybe to have a reaction at this level maybe during the day. Let's see. If we do, it's a good, I think, level to buy. Once again, not financial advice, but because the 4 hours momentum is still increasing and I don't have any bearish signs here. Then I go on hourly time frame. Hourly time frame, RSI starts to make lower lows compared between here and here, but it's still quite stable. Volume rather growing, but once again we have this big red bar here, which we don't like to see. We didn't have this kind of information yesterday. So today we start to have the first sign of weakness that maybe is telling us, but it's once again a weakness that I see only if I zoom in a lot, and maybe this weakness is going to disappear by the end of the day. But it's a weakness that just applies for the next 24 hours, 48 hours, all right? So it's very in line with the second wave pullback that we can expect, that maybe is happening right now. It seems to me this is the second wave pullback is happening now, and we can try to see how low it can go. But once again, 160 is, I think, a reasonable level. So to know how low it can go, let's assume we don't make any new high. I don't know. If we do, I'm gonna adjust that. All right, and I just measure the first move up, and the fib ratio is at 150. So you know, I like to have a fib ratio that is in line with some of my trend lines. I don't have any trend line at 150. So my take is that either we go only to 160, which is gonna be very strong, or we go to 100 and okay, here I can adjust this one. I have something at 147. I can adjust that. Okay, 150 is actually a level that could make sense because it's the recent high we had here, and it's the opening, the open we had here yesterday, or the close, sorry. So I don't know, I don't see very clearly. It's an area, like I said. So the 150 area is an area where potentially we could go for this second wave pullback. Okay, so here for now, I'm just gonna put this one here. Once again, why do I consider that maybe this is complete? Just because I have 5 moves up, which tells me that maybe bulls had enough of it. Then we can of course have an extended fifth wave. All right, so we're going to monitor that, but for a fifth wave to be extended, we need to have more strength. So I right now doubt we can go to 250 right now today. What could happen though is that we make a new high on decreasing momentum, which is a sign of exhaustion of this first move up. So it's possible, you know, to have some kind of a wedge, a little bit like we had yesterday, but yesterday wedge has been broken on the upside, and since then it acted as support. You can see we were having this kind of weakness yesterday, and bulls got the best of it here, above 160. Right now we could have the same kind of pattern forming with the market making higher highs but on lower momentum. Let's see if we have that. It just means that the fifth wave is about to give us a second wave pullback that usually would be bought. Okay, so for now this is the information we're having. Okay guys, so what else can we have a look at? I'm gonna go through the questions you're having very soon. We can have a look at my watch list, guys. Then I'm gonna go through the questions, but I'm very sure that we can have a look at HYMC. We bought some HYMC shares today at the open, 167, I think. So once again, I know you guys probably know already what is HYMC. It's a gold and silver mining company that has been targeted by AMC and Sprott, I think, another company. They both bought 22% of the available shares of this company. Then there was a share emission, so a dilution. The short interest was 30%, it was then 7%. We need to see how it's going to be adjusted, but basically this is a very short company, very shorted company. Okay, and I told you guys that the breakout level was at, so we bought here. I told you guys that the breakout level was at 250. So right now it's very interesting because we opened quite higher at 2.95. We got sold, rejected. Okay, fair enough. If I see a close above the 250 level today, I'm gonna consider this not as a very good breakout, because for breakout to be good quality, you guys know if you're following my videos for some time that you need to have this consolidation before the breakout, just like we have here. But this is a consolidation that happened. I don't know if you guys see well, but this consolidation is a good pattern, but we don't like to have something like that before the consolidation, okay? This is creating noise, we don't like that, so that's why this breakout, you know, it would have been perfect if it would have been without that. We have that, we take it into account, and we just say that this is not the breakout level, the breakout level is here. We had already 2 reactions before, which is confirming that this is where we have resistance, and this resistance has been broken today. Let's see if it has been broken with big volume or not. So 1 hour has traded already. I can check the hourly time frame. Same thing, guys. I don't like to see that. I don't like to see this big volume happening on a red candle, okay? It's just not bullish, so I would prefer to see it on a green candle, of course. But let's see what the day is not finished. If we are able, of course, to close ideally, we would like to see a green candle, guys. It's a very good sign sent to market players that if they trade during the day, they usually make money. They need to have this information so that they can, you know, decide to jump in the trade more easily. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen here, guys. But if we close above 250, it's still bullish, and if we close above the open, so above 2.95, it's very bullish, okay? So let's say that between 250 and 295 we are looking good, above 295 we're looking very good, below 250 it's a rejection, it's not looking good, okay? So then I'm gonna go through the watch list, guys, just to check with you if we have some signals. Once again, this is the watch list I'm using for my Discord, and you know, I will not do that every day, so I hope my Discord members forgive me that if I share this with everybody. But I think it's interesting for you to see how things are working, how, you know, traders are actually trying to, I mean, every trader has its own technique, but at least what I like to do, I just take some levels, and whenever I am close to these levels on the pullback or on the breakout, I consider that I need to have a closer look at what is happening, and I'm gonna have a closer look at what is happening around on the stocks where I have a target, an alert, which I once again create myself. So here, so yeah, we can have a look at Mara. I'm gonna have a look at this one, because Mara is close to the 32 level. Where is 32? Here. So we can have a look at that. But as you can see, I put this in the bearish category. So I'm gonna have a closer look, but this means that when I put the 32 level, I thought we're gonna get rejected there. So let's see. We're gonna analyze this. Then bam, this is not very interesting. Moderna, not very interesting. Woo! No, Ficel, once again, where I'm keeping an eye on this one. The level is 680. If we're able to close above that, we're gonna be bullish, guys. BBIG is 365. Okay. Okay, AMD is starting to get close. It's the first time I'm seeing this one. But I put it on bearish as well. Okay, I'm gonna have a look later. Okay, Tesla. We can have a look at Tesla, guys. Tesla is close to the resistance, so let's see how things are happening there. Okay, DWAC 73, we're not there yet. Okay, I don't have many. Ooh, BBBY 28, I noted. Okay. So I'm going to have a look at Tesla, BBBY, and Mara. Okay, let me know if you guys want to see something else. And of course, if we see AMC or GME starting to move strongly, we're going to have a look at that. But first, like I said, so Mara quickly. Let me do an update on the Bitcoin first. Okay, so Bitcoin moving higher. Okay. The question is, can we develop doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or are we gonna get rejected here? So as you can see, we have some positive signs appearing after 43,000 breakout. Okay, but this breakout happened on low volume, which means that it can very well fake out, okay? Just like we had back in the time here, guys, okay? In June 21, we had the same kind of pattern that was forming a triangle. We had a breakout and it faded because it happened on low volume. Here we have the same breakout that happens on same low volumes. So for now, this is not a strong bullish sign, even if it's rather looking good. Then we took back the 46 level on Sunday with slightly increasing volume, as you can see, but it's still low volume, guys. So it's not, I mean, any strong victory like we had, of course, on AMC and GME with massive volume. So this is what we need to see for the bullish momentum to be sustainable in time. Okay, for now we don't have it with Bitcoin. We are grinding higher on low volume, so this is not extremely bullish, even if it's rather bullish than bearish. We went through 46,000. The next resistance level is 48,000, and we got rejected here once yesterday. We got just a little bit rejected, and we are getting back at it. So I think that to go through this level, we would need volume. So we're gonna have the answer of the question, which is Bitcoin ready to rally again, to make a new very strong bullish cycle? My answer is, for now, we don't know. It's probably gonna happen, I mean, within a few months, okay? I'm not taking too much risk here, but for now, this is only what I can say. But I'm not saying we're not making a new low before that. For now, I don't have the confirmation that bulls are taking back control on the long term. To get this confirmation, I need to see a resistance where we have a lot of bears. So I need to see a lot of volume trading through when we go through a resistance level that is here, maybe 48,000. But once again, if we go through that without volume, I will still be saying, guys, we can very well drop and make new lows. If I see that we go through the 48,000 with volume, what do I call volume? I call volume something bigger than what we had during this corrective pattern. Guys, this is a corrective pattern, all right? This is not something where any camp is leading, and even in this corrective patterns we had much higher volume than what we're having during this breakout. Okay, a breakout is not a good breakout if you don't have volume. So it doesn't mean we cannot go higher. It just means that we cannot use this signal as a long-term signal for a bull market, or let's say a bull run to start again on Bitcoin. So once again, here I'm looking for the volume and I'm waiting. As long as I don't have the volume, I think that we can see a pullback and maybe even new lows. All right, I know we are far from that, but for now we don't have any strong information to use to say that the Bitcoin bull run is starting again. Okay, and then the next resistance is 52,000, and here once again same thing. If we go through it with volume, I'm gonna finally, you know, be very confident in the new bull run that is starting, and I'm going to use fibs to buy the pullbacks, all right, as usual. So depends how high we go. We're going to use either 38.2 or 50%. We're going to see. We're not there yet. Okay, so this is the plan, and for now I'm waiting. Bulls are in control in the short term, but on the medium term we have no information. Long term, I would say bulls are still in control. All right, so okay. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, Mara. Okay. So as you can see, this is what I'm monitoring for Mara. So I'm monitoring the 32 level that acted. So I can adjust this trend a little bit. That is acting right now as resistance. Okay. We have this. Okay. Basically, we moved below this trend line that was acting as support during the whole bull run in 2021, and now it's acting as resistance. So we need to take it back. We have the 200-day moving average at 35, and we have this trend line that is still active. So basically we have a whole area of resistance here. Okay, so we need to go through that with volume, same thing. So it's going to go together with Bitcoin. So as long as we are below 35, I don't see any strong massive move happening on Mara. Once we go above 35, then we need to be looking for pullbacks that will probably be quick, and to start to build some bullish scenarios. For now, we're not there yet. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go back to quickly AMC and GME. Okay, let me read quickly your questions. I don't have the timestamp, but I guess this was at the beginning. Hmm. $37, 8 off week. Yeah, why not? Even 44. Why 37? I mean, I don't have any strong resistance at 37, but I think that we can go to maybe 45. So end of week. So you're saying that, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It depends. We need to know. We need to know if this second wave pullback has really started or not. For now, it's looking like it has. So once the second wave pullback is complete, we can go much higher than 45, all right? But we need to reload a little bit some energy, all right? For now, we have still an oversold, overbought RSI. So the RSI needs to come back before the third wave starts. We need to have an RSI that is coming back to decent level, all right? So maybe 50, 60. For now, it's at 74. So an overbought RSI is not usually, on a daily time frame, is not usually what we see at the beginning of third waves, all right? The second wave role is to cool off everything, you know, market participants, and to create a favorable environment for this third wave to push higher. Okay, Brandon, good morning, brother. Can you tell me good stuff? Okay, so Brandon, I think I answered the question. The GME target is 860. I love the volatility. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty exciting. Okay, guys. Is Fib levels even useful considering back in Jan 21 the buy button was removed? True. In Jan, but in Jan the buy button was removed, I think, only on Robinhood, right? Or everywhere. I think it was a question of limits that created, you know, too much risk on, you know, basically buyers were leveraged. So that's why I think Robinhood was not allowed to give them the opportunity to buy shares without them having the capital required on their account. Okay, basically they were making trading too easy for the accounts that didn't have enough liquidity. I think it was something like that, and they fixed that. They fixed that in Feb or March, and this is the reason why in the June 21 strong move up, that was a little bit a squeeze. I don't think we had this kind of issues. Remind me if I forget something, but I think that in this strong move up we had here, everything was working properly because this issue has been addressed, has been fixed. So I don't think we're gonna have this issue again. I think it's gonna be fine to buy shares on the way up, as long as we stay in, I would say, normal levels. So I consider normal anything that is below 130. If we go above that, anything can happen. So this 130 and 870 levels, would they be during normal trading hours? I don't know. I don't know. I think that once again, this market is manipulated, so we don't know what's going to happen. The best thing, like I said, even if I know that you guys don't want to sell, you want to buy and hold. But for those who want to take profit somewhere, the best thing is once we get close to these levels, so maybe once we start to be at 70 on AMC, you know, because from 70 we can just do plus 100% and go there. It's good to place some selling order in GTC so that at least your orders are placed, and even if you cannot connect to the platform, your orders are here. And if there is a strong buyer like a short that needs to cover, he's gonna go through all the selling orders and you're gonna get executed. Then you just need to pray for the session not to be cancelled, which, like we've seen, happened on nickel not longer than last week, guys. So bam bam bam, Okay, look at the 10 MA, so I guess SMA on the 4 hours. Okay, but okay, that's interesting because I indeed didn't have this one. So it's like, so let's move my 20 and transform it to a 10. So I guess you're talking about an SMA. Yeah, it's good. It's very good, well done, because this is just like using the 20 on the 8 hours, but I don't have the 8 hours time frame here. So indeed, I didn't check this one, and I agree, it's giving very good reactions. Very well spotted, good job, brother. Jean Barsoum, my friend, maybe from France, I don't know, Jean. Well done, bro, I agree, it's a very good support that you just found. So it is right now at 24, so let's see what's gonna happen. But it's a very good dynamic support that can be used. Once again, we need to be careful, because once we see those small bearish signs appearing, those moving averages that were supporting the price well sometimes are broken. But we're gonna need to pay attention to all of that. For now, we are still looking good. I think around 26 and 25.2 should we bounce? Yes. I think that 26 for now is the strongest support that we have. And once again, you can, so let me take back my 20. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna add the 10. All right, so we're gonna keep a look at that. I think is interesting. So let me add one moving average more. Okay, bam, bam, bam. Let's give it a color that we can see easily. Okay, I'm gonna put it in pink. Okay, I put it in green. Okay, so let's keep it on the chart. If I go back on the 4 hour time frame, I'm gonna see it. Bam, bam, bam. Let me remove that drawings. Okay, BB, I can have a look at BB, of course. Givo, thanks Andrew, quality info. Yes, brother, thanks. Okay, interesting question, Adam. I have a screenshot of the ask for AMC at 600,000. Can someone explain this? It happened when it was halted. Ah, okay, I think it's just, you know, a default number that your broker is using. I don't think it's a real order placed at 600,000. Otherwise, there must be some more orders placed before. So I think you would have seen the other ones. I think it's just your broker that is placing this number whenever there is a halt. Can AMC cross $100? Yes, it can. As we've seen, the lower target, if we have a squeeze, which we don't have for now, would be 130, 127 adjusted, the new target. Okay, Adam still looking for this 600,000 level. I don't think anyone else can see it. Okay, Tillery, yo yo yo, on est là. Si si, ça fait plaisir, Victor. Okay, guys, so we're gonna have a look at. Bam bam bam. Let's have a look at the short interest, guys, at the option market. We didn't have a look at it yet today. Okay. Woo! So we can already see it's growing to 75 million shares yesterday. Today we have 90 million shares. All right. So it has 19 million equivalent shares on the option market. The synthetic short is growing as well, guys. The maximum synthetic short is growing. The DTC is decreasing because the volume trading is higher. So let's compare. DTC slightly lower, but look at that, guys. This is interesting, and like I've said, okay, let me add this one. Like I've said, we need to pay attention to what is happening on the option market to know if it's getting hot or not for shorts. And here I can see the synthetic short grew from 6% to 7%, and the maximum synthetic short grew from 15 to 17.5%, Once again, we can check what levels we had back in the time when we almost squeezed. I only have the information of August. Didn't record it before, but I guess it was around 25%. So we are at 17%. So you can see we still have some job to do, some work from buyers to, you know, on this option market to make it really hard for shorts. For now, it's hard, but you know, I don't think they're gonna cover. I mean, you know, they prefer to wait. They're probably gonna cover maybe in the second wave pullback or not, because before, back in the time, they didn't do that. So I think they're gonna cover on the upside. All right, this is what they're here for. So let's see. And the regular short, of course, no information for now. We're gonna have a look at what is happening on the 30th of March data, which is gonna be released in 1 week, something like that. For now, I'm using the 15th of March data. The short is 20.3%. So we can also have a look at this 145 strike that is representing the bullishness of AMC. And we have more than 10 million shares. I remind you guys that back in the time we had here 20 million shares, okay? So we're still at half of what it was before. Let's see where this is coming from to see how long we're gonna keep that strike exposure that is once again scary for market makers. And it's coming from the here, Jan 23, I guess, July, okay. Okay, mostly coming from July. Okay, so this is giving us good information, guys. This is telling us that this is where most investors see the squeeze happening. I mean, most of them see it happening before July. So let's see, guys. We had once again the same kind of information back in the time for Jan 22, and we had a move down. But here the situation is very different because of the strong impulse that is looking like the beginning of something. So, bam, what else? I can have a look at your stocks, guys, quickly. And I'm, of course, AMC coming back to flat almost. So we're gonna have a look at all of that. Okay. Sorry, just a sec, guys, I lost my chat. Okay, I'm back. All right, so let's have a look at the other stocks. So BBAG, Tillery. Okay, let's do Tillery because I had some questions in my Discord about that yesterday or maybe 2 days ago. All right, so let's analyze what is happening here. So Tillery is a famous stock that has done some massive moves in the past. Okay, and it's pretty interesting to see that the volume we're having here is the biggest volume ever traded on Tillery. Okay, so this is the first information that is quite bullish. Then we like to see if the breakouts are good quality. For breakout to be good quality, it's good to have a consolidation before it. Here we don't have it, but this isn't, I mean, this environment is not the usual environment where, sorry, I want to keep AMC here, so I'm gonna switch that, bam. So in this situation, having a consolidation that is happening a little bit later is, I mean, something we often see as well. So here, as you can see, we have this breakout with increasing volume above the 7 level. We also closed above the 780 level. That was the previous resistance that is now support, and the price action is consolidating here quite high. So this is bullish to me. The volume is slightly decreasing, but the price action is just, you know, stopping here. It's hard to say if we can really move much higher. Let's check what kind of news we had, if it's really news related to the company. Decriminalization vote. Okay, so I think it's more about the environment of Tillery than really some news about, you know, the earnings or something that really tells us that they make more money. So let's see. For now, this is bullish. Next resistance is, to me, here around 10. We also have the 200-day moving average that is coming here, so this is going to be an important level. If we go across that, it would be looking very good. For now, I think that this is a nice opportunity, not financial advice, but I mean, I don't have anything bad to say here. We are just making a little pause, it seems to me, and it's looking like the beginning of something given the massive volume that we had here. Let me quickly check what is the short interest on Tillery. Synthetic short and regular short. Okay, bam, bam, bam. Okay, DTC at 2.7. Okay, short around 19%. We can see we have a lot of options on the 10 strike, so this strike can cause a lot of issues for option market makers. So we can expect that if we get close to it, we can go through it. Oh, okay, and the 10 strike is actually the level of resistance. So it seems that if we get close to it, we're just gonna go through that. So here, a good scenario would be that we just get closer to that, get a little bit rejected, and then go right through it. And then the next resistance is 14. So let's see if we're able to do that. But this is a potential scenario that would make sense to me. Okay, AMC guys back in the green. Okay, it would be good to close in the green again today. But once again, the second wave pullback is nothing bad. It's actually good to see the market taking a breath, you know, especially in an environment where bulls are in control in the global market. It's, I mean, really not worrying to me. Even having 1 or 2 more days, you know, around this 32 level, ideally what we would like to see, guys, is a consolidation that is lasting even 1 week to really take energy, and a little bit like we had here, guys. Here you saw how much energy we took. We moved up strongly, and then there were like 7 trading days, so it's like 10 real days of pause. Okay, so ideally I would like to see that, and this would bring us in on the 10th of April, and then 10th of April going through this 33 level again with increasing volume. This would be the perfect scenario for this third wave to be very strong, and to go to those targets that we have mentioned before, which are 130 and even maybe higher. Okay, BBIG, let me have a look at BBIG, guys. AMC is moving up again. That's looking great. Okay, BBIG, guys, is still, since you know, I'm starting to make those lives, I'm analyzing BBIG every day. We are stuck here, which is good because this is exactly the type of consolidation that we like to see for the market to take back energy. So right now, if we go through the 320 level, I think we can have a nice move up that is happening. Okay, this is a pretty good situation to me. So let's see if we can make it happen. But here, the type of orders that we can set is a stop limit order above 320. Not financial advice, but whenever the price goes through 320, 325, it would very likely continue. Of course, it can be a fake out, but after a consolidation like that, that is quite you know, good quality, usually whenever you have a breakout, it holds. Okay, so here once again, if you go through to 320, it would probably be followed by a move to the 360 area and maybe even higher. Okay. Okay, can we have an extended first wave for AMC? Yes, I discussed that this morning. If the first wave is extended, I mean a fifth wave extension in the first wave, we can very well go to the 45 level, which would be in line with GME going to 250. So once again, we need to monitor those two together, because if one is going, the other one will probably go. So for GME, to me, the signal that we start to go to this level is if we trade above 200. Basically, if we get out from this wedge that is not very clear yet, but maybe we are in a wedge, just like we were yesterday. So above 200, it would look like we are ready to push higher. But for now, and we need volume, of course, to be here. For now, we can have a look again at what is happening on the shorter time frame on GME and AMC. So you see some red bars. It's the first time we see that, guys. So to me, it looks like for now, we are just taking a breath. Okay, we are taking a breath that is very welcome. Once again, it's not a big issue to me. We can very well see a breakout above the 200 level, but we would need to see a big volume coming, just like we had yesterday when we went through this wedge upper band. Okay, it was here, guys, and we had, bam, here you can see the volume was increasing during the day. Okay, so we would need to see the same kind of things around 200. So right now the volume is quite low. So if we go through 200 and we see a volume around, you know, here, so as big as the fourth 15 minutes trading today, this would be a signal good enough to me to say that going to 250 is a very possible scenario. For now, we're not there. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna do one or two more. So and then, like I said, guys, I want to do some updates about, you know, the usual videos that I was doing, because I think that for some of you it's interesting as well. So the live is going to be a little bit shorter today. So I'm going to do two more stocks that you're asking me. So who asked first? I can see MVIS, I can see ATER, Givo. Okay, so I'm going to do those three quickly, guys. Bam. So ATER first. Oh, interesting situation on ATER. Okay, we are monitoring that. We are very close to this trend line and we are consolidating very well below the 260 level. Let me add that in my watch list. This is an interesting situation because the consolidation is very nice. So if we break out above 260 with volume on a daily time frame, so we need to have a close above 260 with increase in volume, this would be a good signal that something is happening. All right, so I'm gonna keep that here. Okay, above 260. Okay, so this is in my watch list. I'm gonna see that and I'm gonna share that with my Discord if I see it. Bam. Then okay, BB. Yeah, BB was asked already a few times, so let me do BB. Bam, bam, bam. Same thing, I'm keeping an eye on this one, guys. As you can see, I'm having some drawings here. So consolidating just below this blue trend line that is here, guys. Okay, we are trying to break out today, so it's nice. Do I have this one in my watch list? Okay, I'm monitoring a breakout above the 8 level. Bam, bam, bam. Is it the right level to monitor? Yes. Okay, so I'm keeping an eye on this one. If we close above 8 today with volume, it's bullish. Okay, for now we are not there. Okay. Okay, QS, I can do QS because I was in that trade before. It's a company that is creating batteries for electrical vehicle. They have a very promising technology. So I think that this company can really do great if the EV sector is booming again. Right now we have a little pause. Yeah, I want you to do Tesla. We'll do Tesla very soon. So QS, guys, bam. Something is happening. Oh, so I missed it. I had my, okay, so it just happened yesterday. That's why I didn't see it. Okay, yes, so this is bullish. This is bullish. We have here a breakout above this trend line that was here, and we are right now moving higher. We find some resistance at 20. Okay, so let me see if it was in my watch list. I'm a bit surprised. I didn't see the alert. Okay. Yeah, but okay, the alert just happened today because the move happened yesterday. So, so right now we are up 7%. And we had the big volume. All right, this is bullish, and let's see where we can go. Okay, so what could happen here? The thing is that we arrive on the resistance. It's not a strong resistance, but we arrive here on a resistance. So it's never good to buy just below a resistance. It's better to buy just above that. So definitely if we see a pullback to the 18 area, it's a very good buying opportunity. I'm going to be personally here buying. Then if we go through the 20 level, buying on the way up is feasible. Buying on the pullback around 20 is feasible as well. Okay. So just a sec, guys. Okay, yes, I'm having here some news from Gabriel that is sending me that. Indeed, I don't know if you guys saw that yesterday, but yeah, everybody saw it. Bam, big slap in the face. I pretty much agree with what Will Smith has done. Not sure I would have done the same, but you know, I think that it's coming from a very genuine feeling towards his wife. So I personally support him a lot in what he has done. And all right, and Chris Rock's comedy tour sales surged according to Ticket Reseller TickPick. So you see, we're living in a funny world, right? You know, the bad guys are doing well, and let's see, maybe Will Smith will get his Oscar taken back. I hope not. I hope he will not have any issues. But thanks very much for sharing, Gabriel. This is the market news today. So let's go back to QS. Yeah, I think that if we go above 20, then we can pull back to 20, and it's of course again a good level to buy. But yeah, my view is here bullish. Okay, so let's see what's gonna happen. All right, guys. So MVIS, last one. MVIS. Okay. Indeed, we have something good that is happening. Okay, we are breaking out above, I agree, the 580 level, 480 level. Definitely, the volume is already bigger than yesterday, and the day has only started, so it's looking good. To me, the major resistance level, though, is at rather here. Okay, I like trend lines. But I have only 2 reactions, so this trend line is maybe not very strong. Let's see. It is indeed a good signal. So it looks like, you know, we have a lot of things happening on different stocks. I'm trying to find the best trend line here. We had a nice consolidation here. Let's check quickly the Bollinger Bands. Whenever Bollinger Bands are tight, it's increasing the probability of a good breakout. Here they were only getting tighter, and we had this move that is crossing the Bollinger Upper Band, which is a good information. But let's see, I still have some resistance around 550, so let's see what can happen here. But this is looking good as well, I agree. Will Smith should be charged with assault. Maybe he will, but I don't know. I support the guy. I think that what he did, even if it was violent, we don't like violence. He protected his wife, so it's always, you know, good. Maybe not the best way, but whatever. It's not the purpose of this video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already as well. Once again, not sure I'm going to be live today. Tomorrow we're going to see, maybe I'm going to do those updates as I used to do before, because some of you are asking. But I'm going to be here with you anyway to comment the price action on AMC, GME and your favorite stocks. So stay close to shore. I see you guys.